That was it. The last juror's decision. Oh, please tell me you can think of something to do. According to this Encyclopedia of British Law, when all members of the jury have concluded that the defendant is guilty, court proceedings are suspended, and the presiding judge will deliver the final verdict and sentence. That's what it says here. I mean, I would imagine that's... I don't know. The final verdict. It's over then. Oh! And there's a footnote, though. A footnote? However, the defense... All 6 members of the jury are now in agreement on the case. Yeah. Allow me to convey my respect for your swift and righteous decision. According to the laws of this country, I will now conclude the trial by delivering my final verdict. I trust there are no objections. Cesaro, please help me. Miss Cesaro, just tell me one thing. Oh, yes? You were in the middle of saying something before. The footnote in your Encyclopedia of British Law. However, the defense... What did it say next? Oh, yes, of course. One moment. When all members of the blah, 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 blah. We just read that. However, the defense has the right to demand a summation examination of the jurors at this point. A summation examination?
Objection!
A summation examination. From which century has that tome you have there been resurrected? Judging from the binding, I would say that book is at least 50 years old. Any modern text on British law wouldn't even give such an antiquated procedure a mention. It's a relic, long forgotten, and certainly no longer practiced. So you're out of luck. Oh. What even is it, Mrs. Otto? This so-called submission examination. Oh, one moment, and I'll read about it. You know, if you wouldn't, you know, if you just just do what I do, Mark, and like fold like the corner of the page so you don't have to keep flipping to it. You would demand the right to procedure before you even understand what it entails. Typical Nipponese. Alright, Mr. Naruhodo, I think I understand. It seems that under this procedure, we would be able to appeal to the members of the jury. To do what exactly? Appeal to them to change the leaning and reverse their decisions. And it says here that, if successful, the proceedings of the trial must be resumed. Oh boy. We might just have a chance. Make them reverse their decisions? Yes, at times gone by, barristers will use a summation examination in an attempt to influence the jury's decision. But that procedure becomes something of a formality with no practical benefit, really. So it rather fell out of use. I wonder why. Because it was devoid of purpose. Changing just one member of the jury's mind would be hard enough, let alone several. No self-respecting defense barrister would even assert his right to try in this day and age. Well, I'm not really any self-respecting defense barrister, now am I? Still, I don't see any mention of the procedure actually being formally revoked. What are you suggesting? I'm suggesting that although it may be antiquated and largely forgotten, it isn't yet extinct. What do you think, Mr. Naruhodo? We might as well. What else do we have to lose here? A summation examination. Our last possible option. Do we assert our right to carry it out or admit defeat? Oh, we're going for it. Let's do it. The defense wishes to assert its right to a summation examination, my lord.
Objection!
London is the capital city of the most powerful nation on earth. Yes, we have established that. We have a duty to the world to exemplify the very highest standards of judicial procedure. Submission examinations are an embarrassment that should remain buried.
Objection!
But if it's our right, it's our right. I believe it could prove vital in this trial. We have to fight for our right. To party. The defense's petition is perfectly valid. The court will proceed with the submission examination. This is madness. Insert old internet meme here. Foreman, are you the remainder of the jury ready? I'm not. There was a mention of this in the letter I received, you see, so... All members of the jury will be asked to explain on what grounds they have reached their decision. On what grounds? You must all justify your decisions and explain why you believed the defendant to be guilty. My lord, you're rather putting us on the spot. This is most irregular. No mention was made of this before. I really hold all this justifying lark. What? You the fuck out of here, then. That seems to have thrown the jurors off. It seems none of them have experienced this before. Alright then, the submission examination. The first procedure with no practicing lawyer has attempted for years, is it? Well, just maybe, it might be the opportunity we've been looking for to turn this trial around. So be it then, ladies and gentlemen of the jury, the court hereby calls upon you to state the grounds on which you find the defendant Magnus McGilded guilty of this most serious crime. Alright, here we go. There was no one else inside the carriage at the time, so it has to have been him. I trust the driver. He has an excellent memory, it seems. 4 passengers, with fares tolling 20 pence. He stuck the chap next to him just like this. Brazen, I must say. Absolutely brazen. I simply typed and collated all the statements made thus far and drawn the logical conclusion. You can trust the good. Fair is our motto. We have raised prices of 4 pence for years. The scoundrel, sending the poor man on the floor, it beggars belief. I'm already spotting some contradictions. But which one do I start with? I'm starting to wish I hadn't pushed for this now. I mean, naturally they're gonna make it easy on me because it's the first time we're doing this. Some of the jurors don't seem to have wonderfully formed arguments, though, do they? Well, they are just regular people. Now let's see what we can do. We need to get these 6 people to change their minds. I have to throw everything I can at them, and use some very persuasive language. Just a moment, Mr. Naruhodo. According to my book, that's not quite how it works. Oh? I thought I was going to have to thaw their icy minds with some heartwarming rhetoric about the defendant. Unfortunately, once the jurors have decided the defendant is guilty, they're unlikely to heed anything the defense says. Oh, great. But then, they've reached their conclusions by their own reasoning, you see. Your pleas will sound like excuses. In fact, it could recoil on you. The more you try to persuade them, the more entrenched they may become. Then what on earth am I supposed to do? Oh dear, I'm just saying what I've read about British law, Mr. Naruhodo. Right, I'm sorry. Do you have any idea how to make this work then? Well, from what I can understand, the key to this procedure is using the jurors' own words to make your arguments. What do you mean? Well, the 6 members of the jury are randomly selected members of the public. They may appear to present a united front, but the truth is, they are complete strangers who just happen to find themselves here in the courtroom together. And that's the way to break them down, you mean? Yes, exactly. We must listen very carefully to what each member of the jury says, and see if we can identify any contradictory statements. If we can, we then contrast the statements and pit the corresponding jurors against each other. I see, so it's contradictions in what 2 or more jurors say that we're looking for. Yeah, I already sparred a few of those. In a way, then, this is similar to a regular cross-examination. Oh, yes, I suppose you're right. Okay. Find contradictions in their statements and pit the jurors against one another to break them down. Alright, I might be able to pull this off. No, that's not right. You have to do it. I have to pull this off. Yeah, that's the spirit. Can we stop proceedings, counsel? I would ask you to take the stand for this. I'm expecting a clear and concise rebuttal. Yes, my lord. Damn, look at us. Alright, here we go. There was no one else inside the carriage at the time, so it has to have been him. Well, I already know what I should be doing, but I'm gonna press them all anyway. Certainly the testimonies we've heard suggest the victim and Mr. McGilder were alone inside the carriage. Precisely my point. But could there be some other explanation? Something we haven't considered yet? Such as? You didn't think that far, did you? Well, perhaps that's something we could, all work out together now? Now listen here, maybe you don't know how things work around here because you're from foreign climes. But we're here to form our opinions as individuals, and I have. Ugh. No, dear, he doesn't appear to be in the mood to consider an alternative point of view, does he? Now I'm gonna have to pit the jurors against one another. Like Suzato-san said. Yeah, but I want to press everybody, though. But I want to press all their statements, though. Because when I watched that translated playthrough a long while back, they didn't do this. So now I get a chance to see what they say. But does his ability to recall his takings that night really tell us how trustworthy the man is? I manage all his lordship's cash affairs, so I'm very particular when it comes to accounts. I see. A single penny can mean the difference between life and death after all, can't it? That's a saying in your country? My point is, a man who minds his figures is a man you can trust. Those of us in service would swear to that, sir. Does that bench really need any more polishing? So if the good driver says that he saw Miss McGilda in the act, I don't doubt him. The only task left to do today is disposing of the rubbish. Now wait a minute. One of the other jurors mentioned something about money, I think. Yeah, that is one of the ones I spotted. We'll get to that. Now would be a very good time to listen carefully to jurors' statements again, Mr. Naruto. If you notice an inconsistency in what two different jurors are saying, I should suppose that by pitting them against... Yes, I know, game. And I will, but I want to press everybody first. Okay, stuck the chat next to him. Careful, you could hurt somebody with that. Just... You're fine one to talk. Oh, what is that sword hanging from your waist? No, that's just my battered soul. Well, anyway, I despise anyone with too much money. They're all the same. All have semblance of brickmaker or other behind the scenes. You mark my words. That seems very unlikely, doesn't it? Are you mad, man? We know that small shorty is a rotten Shylock. Well, yes, that does seem to be the case, but... Mr. Hardo, please, be careful what you say. If he's been trying to squeeze money out of us less fortunate, as far as I'm concerned. He's guilty of sin. That man can hang. Come to think of it, didn't one of the other jurors have something to say about the defendant's underhand activities? Yeah, I know, game. Yeah, the game really wants me to pit them against each other. I will, game. Don't you worry. Yeah, blah, blah, blah. Tell me more about that. What have you been doing all this time? What have you been doing all this time? There. I sure thought it was obvious. I'm recording everything that takes place as part of these proceedings. And what have you learned from that? For example, at this moment in time, the judge has used his gavel 11 times in total. The prosecution has snorted derisively at your remarks 7 times in total. And I might add, each time you have gulped like a simpleton. Thank you. And what's the point exactly? So anyway, madam, are you able to explain why you think the defendant is guilty? That is the conclusion I have drawn as a result of the copious notes I have typed. Clearly, but I'm asking you to explain why you've drawn that conclusion. Please don't distract me. It makes it extremely hard to concentrate on my note-keeping. This is going nowhere. Alright. Tell us more about that. That's how much it costs to take the omnibus? That's right. As the guildmaster, I decided to set a policy for all drivers across the city. One fare, no matter which bus you take or how far you're going. Let's compete with the rise of the motor car, you see. About that. Us coachmen had to make a stand together. Motor cars, you say? Yes, and this murder on one of our buses is extremely damaging to our cause. It's beyond the pale. It led to a decline in passengers, you mock my words, and it's all that rascal's fault. He has to pay. Is it the crime or his buses he's more worried about? Anyway, every member of my guild is reliable and trustworthy. So if the driver says he saw him do it, that fellow in the dock is as guilty as sin. The scoundrel... Yeah, that one. I really think you should stop waving that needle around. You heard what the good coachman said before, didn't you? That hideous man stabbed a poor fellow, just like this. Yes, that is what he said, you're right. McGilded Park is such a lovely little place, too. I've always enjoyed resting my legs there while I get on my... I can't speak. Now I thought that anyone who donated such a delightful place must be a fine fellow indeed. I suppose I was wrong. Whoever would have thought he was a miserable, murdering moneylender with not a scrap of remorse? Oh, help. She is sure as sure can be that he's guilty now. The old lady certainly seems to know her mind, doesn't she? So we just need to find two... Yeah, I know, game. Yeah, I know. I am very much aware. Now that I get... Now I'm gonna do that. Well, I took the liberty of doing some research in case you happen to find yourself in just such a situation. So I read what I found out? I guess you can do that. Very well, listen to this. During this submission examination, you will hear the... Oh. It's... Yeah. Oh my god, skip. Oh my god, yeah. Okay, you're gonna tell me how it works. I think I can figure this out all on my own, game. Thank you very much. Okay, sorry. Okay, now, let's actually do it. So, here's the first one I noticed. 4 passengers, for first totaling 20 pence. That would be 5 pence a passenger. And with the head of the guild, 4 pence a passenger. Contradiction. Pit his statement against hers. Those two statements clearly contradict each other. They do. Explain yourself, counsel. Me? Oh dear, what have I said? As for Silver Blaze's maiden name, I haven't the first idea what you're talking about. According to the group testimony we've heard so far, oh hey, it's the music on the title screen. There were 4 passengers on the omnibus on the night in question, and according to the coachman, Mr. Beppo, he took 20 pence in fares. Alright, I have those precise details typed neatly here in front of me. And sheriff number 5 also told us the following. The fare for the omnibus is always 4 pence. That it is, a fair and convenient single price, just the way the London carriages should be operated. But that doesn't add up at all. In fact, it leaves a glaring discrepancy in the facts. Why, man, why? 4 passengers paying 4 pence each. If you do the multiplication, it would be 16 pence. Exactly. As I said, it doesn't add up. The figures are different. By 4 pence, in fact. Or precisely, 1 person's fare. 1 person's fare? Yes, in other words, on the omnibus that night, it's distinctly possible there was another passenger we've heard nothing about. Good gracious! This can't be right! The coachmen of the guild are good, honest men, one and all! Trustworthiness is our watchword! The figures your coachman claims most certainly do not add up. Your watchword, good sir, is a fallacy. I beg your pardon? Mr. Guildmaster, I think you ought to consider that if this trial were to end now, the news will surely spread all over London. The news that one of your coachmen tried to hide the fact that he lets nefarious characters ride his omnibus. Alright then, how do I make it so this miserable trial doesn't end, Well, according to my book here, you see me launch a ball of fire into the innocent side of the set of scales. Now hold your horses there, coachman. We are all in agreement. Why do you have to go and... Wait till I get my hands on you, Beppo. Oh, he's fired. Or, you know, who knows. Oh, this is all very irritating. Begging your pardon, sir, I'm going to do the same. The tides are turning. For the love of Mike! Not you as well. What's that mean? For the love of Mike? A penny can be the difference between a smile and a tear, after all. I certainly can't put my trust in someone who doesn't follow my exacting standards in financial matters. Oh, really? I, for one, think it's only proper that we hear from the witnesses again. Oh, well done, Mr. Naruhodo. You did it. We can manage to change 2 more jurors' minds. We can force the trial to continue. 2 more. Actually, there is something else that's bothering me about a couple of their assertions. Yeah, it bothered me too. That's where you must strike next. So I need to pit 2 more jurors against each other and show there's another contradiction in their assertions. Exactly. You can do it. Well, the scales of justice have shifted, but they still weigh heavy on the side of guilt. Counsel, with the floor again. Continue with your summation examination. Okay. Now, I'm pitting you against you. Oh, the game stuttered there. These 2 statements are completely contradictory. What? Explain, counsel, post haste. How dearie me! I was only knitting a jumper for my other half. What is all this claptrap? What does contradictory even mean, I ask you? We've heard from more than one witness that they allegedly saw the actual moment when the defendant stabbed the victim. Now, out of curiosity, juror number 3, what? Can't you see I'm busy here? How would you say the defendant stabbed the victim? What sort of motion was it? Ha! Want to test me, do you? It was like this, said the fellow next to him without even getting up. Just like the prim banker said. Yes, that was Mr. Fairplay's testimony. Quite true. Now then, juror number 6. Oh, is that me, is it? How can I do you for, young man? How would you say the defendant stabbed the victim, madam? Oh, dear. As far as I understand it, it was like this. He stabbed the poor man after he'd collapsed on the floor. The coachman said so. Now don't move. Take a look at these 2 jurors. He set the fellow next to him without even getting up. And he stabbed the poor man after he collapsed on the floor. Well, I never. They're stabbing in totally different directions. What? Bless my stitches. What a muddle. What this tells us is that there's a strong possibility one of the witnesses isn't telling the truth. Oh, but why? Why the dickens would they lie? I don't know that yet. But what I do know is that if the trial ends at this point, we may never find out. We may never know the real truth. Ladies and gentlemen of the jury, can you really let that happen in all good conscience? Lies, you say? Oh, dearie me. I can't abide people telling lies. Well, that's good to know. The scales. I don't believe it. Well, dude. You gonna change it? Wait! Now hear this, my fellow jurors. I warn you, you cannot listen to this man. Look at him in his black suit. He's He's clearly some devious Eastern sorcerer using magic on us all. Okay. If I could use magic, do you really think I'd be putting myself through all this? Answer me this, Dark Jinx! Huh? What exactly is the problem? What if two witnesses have slightly different recollections of events? What of it? Let's say that Shylock did stab the victim as he was sat next to him on the omnibus. And this young dandy saw him do it. And now let's say the victim collapsed on the floor, and then the Shylock stabbed him again. And this old lady saw him do it. Well, what's to say it didn't happen like that, hmm? Who you calling dandy, sir? When I should take this knife to you? I'm pretty sure that's technically assault. Making that threat. You're gonna be on the defendant's stand next? Who are you calling old? Why I should take this nail to you? I repeat my statement towards you. They're ready to kill each other now. But could the foreman of the jury be right? Did the two witnesses see two different moments of the same crime? Let's see. Oh, single stab wound. Yeah, no, they didn't. That's not what happened. Unfortunately, Mr. Foreman. What is it, you Dark Jinx? Come on, out with it. What you're suggesting is impossible. It's out of the question. What are you talking about, man? How can you possibly say that? You do realize that I'm only doing my job. Yes, so am I. As foreman of the jury, I have a responsibility to steer everyone in the right direction. So where's your evidence, man? That's what we want to see. I say the two witnesses saw two different moments of the same crime. If you say that's out of the question, show me some proof. It looks like the only one I'm going to convince him is to present him with something he can't dismiss. Some irrefutable hard evidence. As you wish. What? I'll give you the proof. It's out of the question that the two witnesses saw two different moments of the same crime, as proven by the autopsy report. This is the victim's autopsy report. According to what's written here, Mr. Mason was stabbed in the abdomen only once. Only once? It's quite simple. The victim was stabbed precisely one time. Which means these witnesses can't possibly have seen it happen two different times. Alright, I concede defeat. Hey, we are back in business. Wait, that means 4 jurors are now leaning to not guilty. We've done, Mr. Naruhodo. We've won! Well, I don't know if we've won, because McGilded's not off the hook yet. What are you playing at, you dandy fool? Shut your trap, sir. No one deceives me. But we had a consensus. I said shut your trap. I know a liar when I see one. And the chap ever dares to cross the threshold of my shop, I'll take this razor-sharp blade and shave every last hair off his head. Damn, just look at that. That doesn't seem like a good idea. Please tell me he's a barber. Yeah, a demon barber from Fleet Street. I never actually watched Sweeney Todd. I should watch it at some point. Well, a quite remarkable turn of events. The defense's submission examination has set the balance of the scales of justice. The jurors now stand at 2 for guilty and 4 for not guilty. Accordingly, there is no longer a larger majority among the jury for me to adjudicate, and the trial must continue. I hereby ask the defense, prosecution, and witnesses to return to their places. Well, you don't really need to ask Van Zieks to return to his place. He's been staying there this whole time. And I call upon all of you to continue to pursue the truth. So, Lord Van Zieks, continue to substantiate the case for the prosecution, if you please. After he sips his wine, of course. Or not. A very miserable little pile of secrets moment there. Having savored the rich aroma of carmine contents, of the carmine contents of this hallowed chalice, it may seem crash to crush it to dust. Pray forgive this courtesy. Lord Van Zeeks! Is it cold in here, or is it just me? As your antiquated tome no doubt says, the prosecution may not speak during a summation examination. So I honored a deathly silence and listened to the charade. It seems I overestimated the intelligence of the jury. That probably doesn't help you. Like, you're basically saying they're all morons. Well, no matter. There is nothing so hard to prove as a self-evident truth, it would seem. No, and why else would we grace the courtroom with our presence after all? I was zooming in on him. So, let us proceed to the next round of battle. Oh, he's getting serious now. Bring forth the witnesses once more. Oh boy. Witnesses, I trust you heard the submission examination we have just had to endure. Oh, yes, sir. That I did, sir. Yeah, he's in trouble, like I said. Of course I heard it. Oh, yes, sir. I hear it. You, sir. On the end. The coachman. I believe it's Beppo? Yes, sir. My lord, sir. If it transpires that you were in your previous testimony that you were attempting to veil the presence of a fifth passenger on your omnibus, you will be found guilty of perjury. You are advised to bear that in mind, sir. Oh, mio Dio. Oh. Now, the witnesses, I hereby call on you to testify before the court again. You will explain the various misgivings brought to our attention by the defense's submission examination. Oh, don't look at you. I only carried 4 passengers that night. I swear it. But, well, I for one was told I had to pay 5 pence for the bus. He filled us on the fare, he did, and then I saw that blood curdle inside as well. It's all too much. I tell you, I saw McGilda stabbing that man. Everything I said before stands. Oh yes, he stabbed him, he did. I think so, yes. Counsel, make sense of this for me, please. The phantom fifth passenger conjured it to existence by my learned Eastern friend never existed. The confusion has arisen from the coachman's sly little... I don't know how you say that. I'm gonna say cousinage? I'll look it up later. Future me, you can put the definition in right now. Beppo, explain yourself. I'm terribly sorry, Guildmaster. Oh, you do have eyes. Oh, weird. The guild's fare is 4 pence across the board. You know that. Am I to understand that you've been overcharging our passengers by a penny a fare? It's so cold. And the last run of the day is always half empty. You have been dishonest, coachman. I'm sorry. You're a disgrace, Beppo. A disgrace. And your selfish actions have brought dishonor on the entire guild. If I may say, sir, I had to pay 10 pence on the bus just last week. What? 4 passengers of 5 pence each is, yes, 20 pence. I've done the arithmetic 10 times already, but I just can't make the result come out differently. I mean, that is how that works. You know that? Figures. I mean, I know of a certain person who would completely disagree with that. Then again, this same person can't even figure out that 1 plus 1 equals 2 a lot of the time. So, Well, it would appear that one of the aforementioned misgivings has already been explained. So, counsel for the defense, your cross-examination, if you please. We've already had the pleasure of a protracted submission examination today. I see you intend to continue the parlor games. Absolutely. Yeah, well, we will. Next time. I mean, this is going to get split into 2 parts, but we will actually continue with, and we will do the cross-examination next time. So I will see you guys then. Take care, everybody.